help the shrimp to start to molt properly and reproduce properly. Because what was happening was the shrimp were staying alive and they were molting okay, but the big berry females, every time they would have babies, would start to die when they started to give birth and they weren't able to molt properly. So improper conditions can be a very, very common way that shrimp die. And it's probably the number one way, and this is going to be because it happens maybe 2 or 3 weeks after you get your shrimp, and it might not seem like the reason why because they were okay for a couple of weeks. So just test your water, get a small test kit, and once you figure out how to keep your water properly, you're not going to need to consistently test the water. Okay, and so the third reason why shrimp might be dying in your aquarium is that you didn't acclimate them properly. Now, this can be a really common reason for a lot of people, and this can be a reason why shrimp die maybe 2 or 3 days after you've gotten them. Now, with fish, most of the time, if we don't acclimate our fish properly, the fish will die pretty much straight away and will show problems pretty much straight away. It won't take them over 24 hours to have problems. But what happens is when shrimp aren't acclimated properly, and when I say acclimating, I mean slowly introducing the shrimp into their new environment through something like a drip system or some kind of method like that to make sure they don't get shocked by the temperature and the new pH, GH, and KH of the water. What can happen is the shrimp, they get shocked, and this forces them to have their molt cycle come early, and then that can just cause a whole range of problems for the shrimp, and they'll get stressed out and they'll die that way. Now, this can take a couple of days after you've introduced them to a new aquarium for it to happen, and this was actually happening to me a lot as a kid when I was first getting shrimp. I'd add them to an aquarium and they'd be good for a couple of days,